Hello everyone, welcome back to another Transformers ASMR figure review. Now, tonight I figured I would carry on the Rise of the Beasts film sort of tie-in, maybe, with another figure from the Studio Series line, and tonight's figure is the Rise of the Beasts Terrorcon BattleTrap. So let's get stuck right into the vehicle mode right away with the look of it. It is a GMC, I was about to say pickup truck, it is a GMC tow truck, you can see here, with some nice detail. Bernie's towing an auto body tampographed onto it. It's got some nice transparent orange plastic for the window here, as well as this little exposed engine, which if you saw the trailer or the film, it actually functions as a missile pod, which was pretty awesome. That scene in the trailer where Nightbird, or is it BattleTrap, I forget what happens, but BattleTrap fires off like a hook and then it clips onto Nightbird's back, and then BattleTrap just skids around and then starts firing on RC and Wheeljack. Oh, brilliant. What a fantastic movie, just a brilliant film. But continuing on, he's got some really nice silver paint here and the nice GMC logo stamped on there. He's got this sort of dark silver with brown scuff detail on the grille, which I think looks really good. Very nice looking. You can see the tires, just pure black, no silver paint or anything. Would have been nice to have a little bit of a touch of silver here, but hey, it is what it is, I suppose. You got a nice transparent orange light bar here for the top. Some really cool looking yellow streaks across the back of the truck. Come around. Yeah, you do have exposed arms and stuff, but it is a Voyager class, so, you know, you get what you pay for, I suppose. If my voice sounds a bit dodgy at all, I'm still recovering from a bad bout of hay fever, so bear with me. But coming around to the back, you can see he's got a black plastic tow winch with his accessory. This is the only accessory he comes with, which I'm a little bit disappointed because in the movie, you'll see he has a really cool minigun, and oh my god, the sounds of it are awesome. See that scene where he's attacking, without giving too much stuff away, but there's a brilliant scene where he brings out his minigun, and the sound of it in IMAX theaters was, oh my goodness, it was incredible. Just sound design and effects in these movies are stunning. But I'm getting sidetracked. I'm supposed to be talking about the figure, not the movie. What are you on about, Orabot? Catch yourself on. But in regards to the vehicle mode, come around to the bottom, you know, you can see his robot mode chest, his feet just kind of stick out there, and hello, you can see his head there, just sitting there. But let's get stuck into the transformation. So first what you're going to want to do is come around to the back and just split the mace apart. It comes off, and I'll just tab here, pop that there for the time being. And now we can come around to the rest of the vehicle. So first what you're going to want to do is just grab, I like to grab this top portion of the cab here with my index and my thumb, and then just pull it up gently. There you go. And then bring it forward and flip this bit in. We'll keep it like that for the time being. So what you're going to do now is just lift up the arms to get them out of the way. Come around to these parts and unpeg what will be the legs. Flip them out, flip this panel inward, flip up the foot, and then take these little panels here, or you might want to separate the leg before you move them out, so I'll just come around and repeat the same process. Flip out the leg, flip in the panel, put the foot down, and then you're going to want to push this to disconnect the legs, spread them open, and then you can come around and fold these panels in so they complete the thighs. And the legs aren't quite done just yet, there's one more step, but we'll get to it. We'll get to it, my friends. So what you're going to do is take these sections here with the arms and the shoulders, bring them down, and you're going to want to sort of bring it up on this hinge, and it will plug into this little hole right here. There you go, nice and secure. Now you're going to want to take the waist rotate it a nice 180 degrees. Apologies, a little bit sniffly, but I must soldier on. And then take the front of the truck and just bring it down. You'll see there are these little gaps here for the chest to come in to complete the sort of transformed chest mode you see in the film. And there we go, just plugs in nice and securely. Then you're going to want to bring the head back, then take the shoulder pads. Now, I like having the pads or the shoulder pads extended out all the way because it looks more imposing, but I like having them just angled like this because it's more film accurate. So, at the end of the day, you know, it's your toy. Display it however you wish. Hell, if you want, you can just keep the shoulder pad straight down, but again, take the arm, bring out this shoulder pad, bring the spikes, angle them up, and take this part that will be the hitch or the tow hitch, sort of bring it in and just rotate it around. It doesn't tap in, unfortunately, so just kind of dangles there, but hey, it's not the end of the world. And to finish them off, what we're going to do is take the light bar, split it, bring these bits up, bring them in, and then fold them down. And there we have Terrorcon BattleTrap in his robot mode, and I love this design. Like, this has nothing to do with the original BattleTrap from the Transformers series. He was like a blue, he was like a combiner, but this is a Terrorcon from the live action Rise of the Beast movie. He's a completely different beast, no pun intended. But let's jump right into the robot mode's details because there's a lot to talk about here. I love this head sculpt. If I can just bring it in, it's got like this almost bestial knight look to it with the like the helmet detail, the bug-like mandibles, and those red like slits. It's a bit hard to see, but there's these red slits that some people have compared to an anime blush, but I'm like, no, it's not a blush. It's like devil eyes. You know, he's looking for the next trophy to hunt with his leader Scourge and his partner Nightbird. But if we look at the chest, the robot mode detail or vehicle detail still carries over really nice. I think I might have slightly mistransformed it because this part is supposed to come over. There we go. Just to straighten those bits out, it was annoying me a little bit. But the fake grill that they use for the chest gives it a more transformed look. You can see it's bent there with some spike detail, but that sort of grimy dirt look does carry over to the robot mode, which is really cool. Oh, apologies, sniffly again. Arm detail, he's got some really nice spike. Like, one thing you'll notice about the Terrorcons in particular is they're designed to look very dangerous, like not just in terms of their personalities and faces, but overall, like, they just look different to your typical Transformers. They're a lot more monstrous looking. Come around to the legs, there's some nice detail here, lovely mechanical detail with the gears, panel lines, rivets and whatnot, and these really cool looking, I like to think these are either like spikes or little missiles that you can fire out, but hey, you can use your imagination. They could be anything you want them to be. Come around to the back of the figure, he does have a bit of a backpack, but honestly, I don't mind it all that much. Besides, the paint, well, it could do with a little bit more paint, if you ask me, to really bring out that detail. Some more silver highlights or some like dark charcoal grey here and there would have really made this figure pop, because they're definitely going for a more monstrous look to this guy, and I feel like for the Terrorcons as a whole, that would have been brilliant to just really put forward that Unicron sort of hellfire look that Scourge had in droves. But like I said, BattleTrap does in fact come with an accessory. He comes with his little mace, which in the movie he uses it as a chain, but unfortunately here it's just a bit of a ball. Doesn't really do anything, so just clasp that in with the tab, straighten that out and close that over his fist, and then you're going to have him wielding his mace like in the movie, which looks really cool. Almost reminds me a bit of Transformers Prime Bulkhead, if he was a tow truck and if he was a demonic being sent by the planet killer himself. But hey, you know, we don't know what BattleTrap's like when he goes home and puts down the death ray. maybe he's a nice guy. Maybe he likes having tea and crumpets with Scourge. Maybe he likes writing poetry. But enough of my nonsense. Let's talk about posability. Now, the head is on a ball joint, I'd like to say. I think it's either on a ball joint or a mushroom peg, because it can go pretty far. It can rotate the full 360. Unfortunately, it doesn't look up all that far. It can look up and down this far, though you can sort of cheat it by bringing this part out, but that just looks absurd. So, as for the arms, you can move them the full 360, though this little bit at the back does tend to get in the way. About 90 degrees of bend at the elbow. No wrist swivel, unfortunately, but waist-wise, you can rotate it the full 360, but this little panel or backpack piece does tend to get in the way, but you can always just sort of lift it up and bend it around. Legs can kick up that far, and the knees have over 90 degrees of bend. So overall, in terms of posability, BattleTrap is definitely pretty good, especially for a Voyager. He's highly detailed, he's got a lot of good posability. I like all the Studio Series figures, especially the Rise of the Beast ones. I just wish there was a bit more paint on them. But let's talk about size comparisons now. BattleTrap is a Voyager class, so naturally he's pretty big, all things considered. But to really put things into perspective, I'm actually bringing in his boss, Terrorcon Scourge, for a size comparison. As you can see, one is definitely bigger than the other. Scourge is pretty tall, and BattleTrap scales brilliantly with him. Now, if only they'll release Nightbird soon in the Studio Series line, then I can complete the Studio Series Terrorcon trio. But, oh, Scourge just fell on his arse on the floor. Ah, a fate worse than death, falling onto the carpet below. But, like all other videos, we're going to close this off with the reverse transformation, because I feel like a lot of Transformers content creators, they do this thing where, if I could just get the thing, there we go. I thought I had it screwed up there, but a lot of Transformers creators do this thing where they put the figure in the robot mode when it comes right out of the box, and then they don't really know what they're, God, I'm losing my train of thought, but what I'm trying to say is they do this thing where they put it in robot mode when it first comes in car mode, and then they only show the first transformation. They don't show the transformation back, because sometimes people struggle with the reverse transformation, especially for some of the more complicated figures. So for this time, I won't be narrating it, but I will be keeping it concise visually so you can see what I'm doing. So if you want to follow along, feel free. Bring your Transformers. I like that. I like to imagine that people out there can enjoy these videos, can just sit and enjoy their Transformers, get their different figures out and see what I think of them, because I love this series and I love the characters. So you're going to have very positive, upbeat opinions when it comes to the Transformers. If I don't like a figure, I probably won't review it, truth be told, because, you know, if a creator doesn't like something, I think it's wrong of them to make it. But we're nearly done with the transformation. I love how everything just comes together really nicely with BattleTrap. Some people complain saying he was fidgety, which I have to completely disagree. I think BattleTrap is a very, very fun figure, especially if you're looking to complete the Rise of the Beast Studio Series collection. So just bring these bits up here. Nice little clicky plastic there. Bring the legs. Bring those in. Make sure. Now, I will specify, this little bit here does tend to confuse some people, but you'll want to keep, you'll see there's a little hole right there, and these spikes, or this spike in particular, is supposed to go into there to fit into a groove, so it'll sit flush like this. That way, they're more or less equal. And then you'll peg these little bits here, just pinch them together, and there you go. And then take the hood. Now, this part is a little bit tricky, so I'll explain it more in depth. What you're going to want to do is, again, like the first transformation, pinch your forefinger and your thumb, bring it back, but keep this bit down so it fits along the groove, and apply some pressure just to give it a little push. Now, it may take a bit of fiddling, so bear with me because I don't like to force it, but once it comes in, it comes in. And there you have BattleTrap back in his vehicle mode. So, with that being said, this has been my Transformers Rise of the Beasts BattleTrap ASMR figure review, and I'll be doing more Transformers figures. I'll definitely not be slowing down on them, but I'd like to know what you guys think. Like, what kind of Transformers would you like to see? Would you like to see a few different ones from all different lines? Would you like to see different playlists put in place? Or would you just like to see whatever kind of figures I feel like reviewing at that time? Regardless, I hope you enjoyed this video, and this is Orbot ASMR signing off. Freedom is the right of all sentient beings. And, well, if Scourge heard that, he'd starkly disagree. He'd probably say something like, "You only exist to feed the great Unicron. Your planet, this insignificant speck of dust, will be consumed." Something like that, you know. He doesn't seem like a very positive role model. Probably a very negative individual to work alongside with. But that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Ta-ra!